Greetings, greetings, greetings. We are in the lab. We're in the lab. Greetings, greetings, greetings. And glad to have you all checking out. This is Ron Tell That. Before we get started talking about Ron Tell That, I got to do something right here. I got to do this right now. I got to do this right now. And again, I should say, no, we're not in the lab. We're in the Justice League headquarters. We're in the Justice League headquarters here. And this is Ron Tell That. And so I got to throw a happy Earth Day out to my sister, one of my sheroes, that is Adrienne Berry, who was up there in the Douglasville area of Georgia. Today is her Earth Day. She is a true champion. She's an activist. She's an educator. She is a mother. She has been a guardian of the culture and of the people. So that's why I got to throw a shout out to her and his mom and all that. Darlene Berry got to throw out there. Dean, she's raised a great young man who's at Savannah State University, who's not gone to Kennesaw and made other things happen. He's been at Morehouse, all that. He's making things happen. And so again, I got to throw a shout out to my sister, my fam, my shero, who tried to tell me what to do. She's a true Virgo. And she makes mistakes all the time with that, not understanding that Leos are greater than Virgos, but it's her Earth Day, so we're going to give it to her. So again, she's one of the She tried to keep me on straight and narrow with regard to MS and all that. So yeah, you know, I don't always do what I got to do, but I was working today, making stuff happen at the farm. So again, to my sister, Adrienne Berry, bam, happy birthday to the queen, one of the people who make it happen, who's making transitions for all of us. And because again, that's what we're talking about today, is transition of greatness. And so that's what she is. To my sister, happy Earth Day. Oh, shoot, I just made a mistake. I did not hit that video. I got to go back and do this over again. Happy Earth Day. I'm in Justice League headquarters. This is Ron Tell That. To my sister, Adrienne Berry. And so again, we got you live, but then I got to do the video right now to send to you, let you understand. We saying happy Earth Day to you. I didn't say it, but Austin Malik said it. He said Virgos don't got nothing. Oh, Leos. I ain't say that, Adrian. That's what Austin said. I did not say that. He said that. And then guess what then happened? Edward Whitfield said the same thing. Michael Rakim said the same thing. They said, but guess what? They all understand you are a queen. You're an activist, making it happen. Douglasville, all that politics, education, with regards to, again, mom, with regards to D, you making it happen. You making an impact, changing lives right now, even with regards to helping me be that MS warrior, all that. So again, we send love to you. Happy Earth Day. And so this is Ron Tell That. So we did it live for you. And so, but again, even Julius Hall said, Virgo said they can run everybody. And I'm not saying that that's what she said, Julius, and that's how she is, but that's what Julius Hall said. So you take it out with him. And Julius Hall said he ain't got no love for the Tennessee Volunteers, but I'm singing Rocky Top for you, Adrian, because it's your Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, sis. Love you. Man, love for you. Respect. Ron Tell That. We right here. We got the brothers in the house. Edward Whitfield. Edward Whitfield, how are you? And who are you? Let the people know who you are.
How you doing? Thank you for having me. My name is Edward Whitfield. I'm a business owner, community activist, I would say, and just a powerful member of the community.
All right. Glad to have you, brother. Brother Michael Rakim.
How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. Doing excellent, brother. Who are you?
Rakim, I'm a lifestyle photographer in the city, Jacksonville, Florida.
They all want to say Duval. they want all throw it out for Brooklyn, Orange Park, Durkeeville. That's what they want to throw it on out there like that. And so then we go. We all know him. He's always right here. Is our brother Austin Malik in the house? How you doing, Ak?
Native best.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're gonna do a little something. We're gonna do a little something. We're gonna do a little something right now. We're gonna throw it out. Then we're gonna engage in this conversation.
I'm the deputy chairman of the state of Illinois Black Panther Party, Fred Hampton. And a lot of people don't understand the Black Panther Party's relationship with white mother country radicals. A lot of people don't even understand that word that Eric uses a lot. But what we're saying is that there are white people in the mother country that are for the same types of things that we are for stimulating revolution in the mother country. And we've said that we'll work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We're not a racist organization because we understand that racism is an excuse used for capitalism. And we know that racism is a byproduct of capitalism. Everything would be all right if everything was put back in the hands of the people. And we're going to have to put it back in the hands of the people. everybody in the state of Illinois is going to have to be involved or even around the revolution, because we're going to have one. We're going to have to do more than talk. We're going to have to do more than listen. We're going to even have to do more than learn. We're going to have to start practicing, and that's very hard. We're going to have to start learning, and you learn through practice. We got to start making mistakes, and you learn through making mistakes. We got to start getting out there with the people. And a lot of times we think we're better than the people. That's an insult, and that's criminal. Think you're better than the people. We got to get together and learn where it's at. It's going to take a lot of hard work. Education for children is something else. You ought to dig on it. Every sister in this audience. Now, every sister in this audience ought to get themselves together and come on down and help us with that Breakfast for Children program. You ought to come down and help feed them children in the morning. We have Breakfast for Children because we teach the people through practice, through observation and participation, that people can be fed free. That's the people thing. Socialism is the people. You're afraid of yourself. If you're afraid of socialism, you're afraid of yourself. We know they have our pictures. We know they're looking for us. We know they want us. But we're still saying that even though we could be in a sense, as far as this system goes, on the mountaintop, we in the Black Panther Party, because of our dedication and understanding what's in the valley, knowing that the people in the valley, knowing that we originally came from the valley, knowing that our plight is the same plight as the people in the valley, knowing that our enemy is on the mountaintop, our friends are in the valley, we say even though it's nice to be on the mountaintop, we're going back to the valley.
My brothers, and we got Brother Black with us. And so Austin Malik, that's Brother Fred Hampton. We celebrate Brother Fred Hampton also because this is his time period also. So we cannot be on here and not going to recognize our brother. So your thoughts with regards to Brother Fred Hampton, words that he was saying, and then with regards to when we talk about, because Fred discussed some things about revolution and political education, revolutionary education. He talked about with regards to relationships and ties and what we need to be doing. And that again, and I'm going to say the feeding of the mind, the feeding of the spirit, the feeding of the soul. Your thoughts on the brother right here, Brother Austin Malik?
I think we just passed through Brother Fred Hampton's birthday, if I'm not mistaken, on August 30th.
August 30th, yes, sir.
To the people, and we moving in the spirit of revolutionary love, whether we want to or not. And just how the earth revolves throughout the universe, you know, it's inevitable that we have to revolve. You know, I'm listening to the rain right now, and it got me thinking about revolution. Doc, it has me thinking, like, you know, the rain itself doesn't have a sound. That's the water hitting the ground. That's the water hitting the trees. That's the revolution itself. So if we think we are excused from revolution, we think we are excused from struggle, you know, we got another thing coming. And we have to realize quickly that the more we embrace struggle, the more we embrace change and revolution, you know, the greater we can propel ourselves into the future, and the greater it'll benefit us in the now. Because as all things change, we must change as well too. So my thoughts in regards to Fred, and it makes me think about Chicago and the state of Chicago. These men have thoughts about, you know, President Obama, you know, just thinking about the whole essence of Chicago and Black leadership. And yeah, just want to lead some of the brothers with that thought right there. You know, we're moving in the spirit of revolutionary love right now. We just passed through Fred Hampton's birthday on August 30th, and all power does belong to the people. It will be in the people's hands again.
Indeed. And Brother Michael Rakim, he's 21 years old. He was 21 years old when he made the transition to the ancestral realm. Some people think that this is somebody that was in his 30s and his 40s and his 50s, but 21 years old. What's your thoughts with regard to this, brother? And any words and any thoughts that you have on it?
Yeah, I believe any age, especially you know, a lot of youth, that we can be used as a vessel from God to accomplish His will. And I believe that Fred Hampton was a prolific man. So that's what I take away.
All right. And Brother Edward, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think just in regards to that entire era and the state that we're in now, just overall, I don't think that there's enough awareness on the movement and how serious it is to the state of the future of the Black community. So just even reviewing those things and having those things to be able to be shared here, I think is very powerful. Just because you're often needed to be reminded more than you need to be taught, right? So I think that those constant reminders of the plight that our community faced and what we're up against and how we can successfully advance as a people, I think those constant reminders are necessary, and they're very good there, right? So major respect to Fred Hampton and family, right, and the movement that they started and for it to continue.
All right, Brother Black, honoring again the brother. His birthday was August 30th, and so we showing love and respect with regards to him. And your thoughts with regards to Fred Hampton, and any other thoughts with regards to that?
So, me personally, when I look at Fred Hampton, as radical as everybody tried to make him out, he was just in the same bracket as Martin. And when I say as in his youth and his wisdom transcended his actual age, like people think it's like we make it a spectacle, or we're surprised when young children are just like intelligent and excel. And I go back and I think when I used to get good grades and I used to think I was going to get some money for that, my stepfather told me, you want me to reward you for what you're supposed to be. And as a child, you'd be like, well, dang, that's really terrible. But the older I get, I understand exactly what he means. Like, don't ever degrade your people to believe that it's shocking for stuff that should be the norm. Like Martin Luther King went to college at 15 years old. Like that always stuck to me. Like I could do anything at that age, let alone the criteria ages that they've been setting these blockages in the education system. Like, and when I look at Fred Hampton, like when you be right there at the cusp of your understanding of everything free, you really be attacked. It's a gravitational pull of attacks. So you got to be well protected. You got to actually watch everybody around you. That's what I really seen from his whole thing. And Chicago ain't nothing but a labyrinth. So it's only left, right, ups and downs. So he was real blocked in. If he could have got to like Florida or somewhere, man, what he could accomplish would have been great. I realized the product of travel. If you really a revolutionary and you really have something that God, if you genuinely an instrument of God, you need to travel with your instrument. So and it'll keep you safer and it'll actually spread to people. And you're gonna have to watch yourself while you move. Martin moved around, everybody moved around. But you definitely gotta govern yourself. You gotta watch the people around you, and everybody that look like you ain't gonna be on your side. And that's just an understatement to an overstatement that's going on out here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I see we have Brother Wayne. Wayne, you're gonna join us because we see you on the camera. Put your camera on.
Hey, Doc, no, Fred Hampton and my grandfather.
Sir?
I'm sitting here doing the math. Fred Hampton could have been my grandfather.
Absolutely. Born 1948. So yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So what we get into right now with regards to that, and looking at again the age, looking at this is someone that is in his 20s, but then also understanding the needs for community and the elevation of the community and the liberation of the community. And how do you see that playing out today with regards to us, where we are now? You know, as you all being brothers, and what's your thoughts with regards to that? When we start looking at a lot of this, because again, and you threw it out there, Black, when people start thinking, getting stunned based on the fact that someone is young, but they're giving out wisdom, they're giving out understanding. And when you're throwing it out there, but again, with regard to how we are supposed to be functioning, what we're supposed to be about. And Rakim, the same thing that, again, what are our thoughts today and how are we on that pathway with regards to that? And what must we do to be on that pathway with regards to having that same spirit, that same drive, that same understanding, that same element with regards to us being liberated and being free? Brother Black.
Okay, so to dial back to that, because I deal with that exact question on a daily basis. Like, I'm an orator by design. My grandmother wanted me to stay in the church when I was young because she wanted me to preach when I was a child, and I'm in school to actually teach. So I'm living in correlation to what my ancestors before me then actually showed me to be. And the older I get, I realize that knowledge is so beautiful. I've always been a striver of learning, but I had to realize that people do not like genuineness. People. I had spoke on it earlier on my story. It's a difference between people and human beings. People be a mass body. It'd be like a tumor. It'd be like a real malignant little thing. And that mass body doing the same thing. You want it to be good, but it'd be majority of it being bad. A human being be superseding a group some days because they got enough caring in them, built in heart, built around them, that it's so foreign to everybody around them that they be attacking it. Like you can't speak good in front of a lot of people. It'd be real strange to me. Like they rather want to hear cursing or nothing. Like it's a lot of people out here that if you talking like how we talking in front of them, they coon chip get activated like nothing. It's like MK Ultra, and they just shut up, man, and all that. And I find myself having a standoff from time to time with people, and it ain't even got to be because they being ignorant. But I didn't let it get to me. But it ain't even getting to me. It's the fact that I'm a radical in myself, a revolutionary in myself, that I'll die for what I believe in, but not to the sense that I'm going to harm my other. I'll sit there and speak to you. People think speaking to you always end up with physical results. No, let me speak to you. Let me look at you. What's wrong with me staring at you? You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, you're going to stare at a man, acknowledge him, because you ain't going to understand what's going to come from him when you don't acknowledge him and he acknowledge you first. So don't be just staring at people. People are not right. They need a lot of leave alone, you know? So you got to really look at what's in front of you. Like our women, we could speak about that for eternity. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even say hello to a woman without me being disrespected by silence. Not even by silence. Silence is so disrespectful in this time that we live in, brothers, that is ridiculous. Like like nobody owes anybody an explanation. But if we in the same, if after you see somebody every day in the routine of your routine, you're going to be human and want to speak to them. But I go back to people. People be dealing with each other. Humans care. And we got to get back to being humans. We got to get back to being fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters.
All right. And we're going to do this right here. Brother Wayne, you know, you joined us, so we were discussing Fred Hampton. So any thoughts you want to throw about Fred Hampton, but also if you want to then elaborate again with regards to us as leaders in our communities, as activists in our community, with regards to where do we go now to get back to having that same fervor, that same fire? Any thoughts that you have with regards to that?
Oh yeah, I want to say, yeah, I'm kind of just stepping in a little late, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me. I just want to say, in regards to that, I'll probably just say holding each other accountable. Like I feel like a lot of times people feel like criticism be, I guess, like offensive, but you know, that's really love. Like that's really a way of being able to uplift each other, being able to like show like a real, I guess, like a masculine way of love, I guess, in a sense. But
say that one more time.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, I feel like to get back to that state, I feel like a lot of things need to happen. But one thing I can say off the top of my head is just holding each other accountable. I feel like a lot of times, like, people feel like when you criticizing each other, or like, well, not even say criticizing, when you're holding somebody accountable, they feel like it is criticism without the love. But it is a form of love, because for me to actually say something to you is meaning that I care about you enough to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like try to allow you to better yourself, or allow you to be able to improve. If I didn't care, I wouldn't say nothing at all.
Right.
So that's just what I want to add. But I'm just stepping in late, so I don't want to say too much. I'm still trying to get the gist of what's going on.
That was beautiful, brother. That was beautiful.
Tripping, just be you. Just be you. You came in late. You got understanding. You know, you
Yes, sir.
You ain't one of the people ain't got no understanding. See, people ain't got no understanding. And see, that's why I tell now Malik, though, I tell people this. I say, you know, people, one thing, you know, people do this right here. You ask people questions, they're gonna say, I don't know. I said, stop that. You do know. You just don't want to say it. That's what it is. You know, people say, I don't know. But a lot of times you don't want to say it. So I tell people, no, we don't never say, I don't know, none of that right there. We got thoughts and perspectives, because that's what we are. We are all elevated. That's what we're talking about. And so I got to throw it out there, because something that you say, that's why I'm saying you put it out there, because We literally have this situation going on, literally, with regards to politicians who look just like all of us on here. That when we say something to them, and it is a critique, or if you be even being critical, they get petty and get mad because we have had the audacity to go and say that. When it comes down to it, it is actually we do that out of love. It's not about it's not trying to be your enemy. It's not like that. It's like, yo, check this out. I think you're making a bad decision about this right here. That's not correct. That's not the best thing to do.
Love powerful.
Because I do respect you, I do love you, I have a relationship with you. Guess what? I'm going to tell you that because I want you to be better. I want you to be still. I want to help elevate you, lift you up. But then they go to what you saying, Wayne, is that again, a part of that, we then take offense with it.
Yeah, it's not personal. Nobody's stuck in no state.
Trying to be an enemy. I might say, no, that's not it at all. That is not what we're supposed to be about. And so again, because again, when it comes to you in love, I'm not trying to cause no harm to you. Some of the things that Black is saying, like, listen here, if I'm talking to you, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to talk to you that way again. It makes us better. But some of us, because of our egos, we can't see through it. And I tell folks, it's never about ego, it's about we go. And that's what this is about. And so we go forward. We go together in success and in greatness. But again, some of
we go. That's beautiful.
It's like, like I gotta get mad with Wayne. I gotta get mad with Black. I gotta get offended with them. Like whoever think he is. Rakim, who you think? He ain't Rakim. I Rakim in New York, So, it's like, and Austin Malik, he think he all that. But again, all that, and that's tied to the enemy in our heads. And that's why I say when we go on that pathway with regards to being back where we need to be. And so with regards to that, so we're going to throw it on out there. Austin Malik, what's your thoughts with regards to some of this?
I want to pick up where my brother left off. Love is guidance. And, if you love somebody, you'll guide them right. And when you're being guided, you may not like it because you may be going the wrong way. But if you're going the wrong way, I may have to actually correct you and take you the right way. Like for instance, if we're swimming, right, and we both trying to get to shore and we locking arms, but we swimming two different ways, we really ain't finna get nowhere, so we got to stay locked arms and go in the right direction because we can propel each other forward. So love is guidance, but guidance doesn't always feel good to the person who may not know that they need to be guided. And it's a thing in the Bible. It speaks about edification. Edification is when you have the ability to be able to correct your brother or sister without boundaries, because who else, who better to correct us than the members of our own family, meaning the members of our own, it's up to us to correct us. If we don't correct us, then what standard are we holding ourselves to? We can't expect the people who built the prison industrial complex to hold us to any standard that's going to be substantial for us in the next 3 years, 13 years, or 30 years. So I just wanted to pick up where my brother left off, and like love is guidance, but guidance doesn't always feel good. And yeah, man, Fred Hampton could be my grandfather. I just want to say that again. Fred Hampton could be my grandfather. So when you think about your parents and your grandparents, think about what they were doing during the times of Fred Hampton, and imagine the message was able to reach them through a platform, social media. And we buy things that are actually beneficial to us. Really right now, every 7 seconds, we getting flooded with something on social media, whether it be good, bad, or neutral. So just imagine if your grandparents were able to reach the message of Chairman Fred or Huey Newton or Deputy Mark Clark. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right there. Unmute yourself. Oh, let me go and do that. All right.
So yeah, picking up where Austin left off, it's definitely scriptures that tell us to, I guess, aside from receiving guidance, just practicing a good measure of humility. Like you said, we go not necessarily just focusing on yourself, but focusing on who you are, so that you could be a vessel of encouragement for others. I don't think that that's in the mainstream media for, like, you know, to be humble or to be helpful and things of that sort. It's actually like encouraged on a frequency that we are tuned, or, you know, frequency that really influences our people, to be the opposite. So just grounding oneself, I think, is really important too, not being led astray by what is popular. There's a scripture that talks about the road leading off into life versus the road leading off into destruction. That's the one that's broad and spacious. So those are my points, just from what the brothers have already put it.
All right, Brother Edward.
Yeah, so just overall adding to what everybody was saying, I totally agree, right? Communication runs a nation, right? So once we're able to communicate properly with everyone involved and be able to move forward towards one beat. But even before that, right, education is important as well, right? So if we're not educating ourselves on the current state of our community, the things that we need to do to empower ourselves, the things that we need to do to move forward, then pretty much we kind of just wasting time twiddling our thumbs here, right? So like Austin said, there's a lot of information out there, right? You just got to be cognizant of the type of information that you're ingesting, right? So just putting all that together, education and communication, with those two things, I think those are really the two key missing ingredients when it comes to moving our community forward as a whole.
Excellent. And so again, we got with us Brother Austin Malik, Brother Edward Whitfield, Brother Wayne, Brother Black, and Brother Michael Rakim. And we're going to take a break. This is Run Tell That. We say to everyone, share, share, share. I'm going to be right back.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
And we are back. This is Run Tell That with Austin Malik X, Brother Wayne, Brother Black, and we are here in the house. We're back here inside Justice League headquarters with Brother Michael Rakim. We are here. So I gotta say this: give me back my gold. Give me back my gold. Give me back my gold.
You're good.
And for some, we just showed you all, that is Captain Ibrahim Traore, who is the leader of Burkina Faso. So Burkina Faso said, listen here, we're going to handle our own gold. We're going to handle our own gold, because I have the Haitians even today still say they want the gold back. They want their gold back that's in New York City. But that's another story for another day, another time. But that's why in Burkina Faso, the Burkina Bobs have gone and said, yo, we're going to refine our own gold, do with our own gold. And again, another just the line of Fred Hampton. You got Captain Traore, who's the leader of Burkina Faso. And just to share this with y'all, Burkina Faso was once called under the colonizers Upper Volta. But what happened, one of the other great leaders of Pan-Africanism, that is Thomas Sankara, who was assassinated. Thomas Sankara, who brought equality to the society there. But again, with regards to the French and also the U.S. and also other European nations, did not like the fact what he was doing, making sure that women were educated in the society, women were elevated in society, and that the public servants who were officials were not able to pimp the people anymore and live off of the people's wealth. And again, people's wealth that's generated by them, that they not get the glory from dealing with Western societies. And so again, Thomas Sankara is assassinated by one of the great leaders. And so now we see some years later, decades later, we see Captain Ibrahim Traore, who's in that same vein of the great Thomas Sankara. And so that's why I like, wow, we're looking at this right here again. And they were selfless leaders. So Sankara selfless, and Traore still going along the same way, that pathway with regard to being selfless. And so your thoughts with regard to now, with regard to them now saying, we refined our own goal, bam, we do not need you European nations handling any of this right here. Brother Black, what's your thoughts on that? And also on Captain Traore, if need be too. Yes, sir. And you're muted, Brother Black.
Oh, apologies, I was muted. In regards to Burkina Faso and their new gold refinery, I find it magnificent. That is beautiful, because just like Burkina Faso that I just found out today, Ghana wants us to come back over there and see everything that Black people have built. And just as much as that's going on, Botswana just found a 2,800 carat diamond. Yeah, I watch television. Yeah, I read books. Yeah, I read that paper. Yes, I know what's going on outside. That's beautiful. It sounds like we're all getting back to our own. And it seems like 4 or 5 years ago, they already spoke on it. The chemtrail is not going to be able to stop people no more. The warfare ain't going to be able to stop people no more. It's just the ancestors are not going to allow everything to be as much as what you think it is. Excuse me, my dog right here. Get back. But yeah, like I find it very nation building, but they have to be protected. That goes back to speaking on our brother Fred that we honor today. They have to be protected. Just like the brother that made the water refinery, the Navy SEAL, and he made that little machine, but he on point. And I know he is. He a Navy SEAL. He on point. Trust and believe. He didn't wrote it down and manifested it. You can't be in the Navy SEAL without having manifest. He knows what to do. A lot of the brothers be wanting the younger brothers to join the military just to get that knowledge, not knowing that they could be summoned at any time. You can get that knowledge from you, brother. Like they be discredited themselves without even knowing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the street work is needed, but we definitely need to be birds in the sky. We need to be eagles. We need to be looking at everything from the top view. What is a military without ground troops and air troops? And your mind is the greatest tool that you got. So you need to be looking at it from the surface, and you need to be looking at it from the up, and you need to be underneath it when it comes to everything. In regards to like the Africans over there, that's beautiful. It's a lot of things in America and Florida. My brother worked at the museum on Amelia Island here in Jacksonville on the outskirts. It's so much that they didn't took from us right underneath our nose. It was a woman. Her name was, they called her American Beach Lady. They got a mural of her downtown in Jacksonville. She owned Amelia Island. The entire land was owned by her father, who owned the first black insurance company in America. People don't understand what insurance is. That means your people gonna be okay when they go on. Let's just call it that so we can stop being scared and victimized by it. You need insurance. And they owned it, and she owned that land. And all Amelia Island is now is just treachery. But God don't like ugly. Y'all speaks all the time in Florida. It was raining uncontrollably today. We had a flood today. Grateful to God. Grateful to God.
All right. Brother Wayne.
Everything about to change.
I didn't you finish, Brother Black?
Oh, I'm done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on mute, man.
Brother Wayne, you got
You just asking how I feel about this, what he said, or?
But yeah, just with regards to Ibrahim Traore, and again, now saying that, hey, listen, we're going to control our own goal. We're going to refine our own goal. We can control that part of our economic destiny. Just with regards to Traore in general. And so I need to just throw this also, just to add on to this right here. And Burkina Faso means land of the upright people. Again, because they called it Upper Volta. And so Thomas Sankara comes along. He says that we will call ourselves, our country, the land of the upright people. And so, and that Traore, as I go and say, he followed that same line, the same vision that was there with regards to Sankara. And so, again, any of your thoughts with regard to that? How now he says, we're going to refine, we're going to control our own goal, our own reserves with regard to that. No Europeans will not be controlling. We're going to control it. And then also just with regard to him stepping up and looking out for the people.
I just love the concept of it, to be honest. I think it's just putting an idea in our heads that, you know, we can do certain things, even though I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the things that went on with just, I guess, the presidency of just like Obama, his whole campaign and everything. But I think just like that is just putting the idea in people that look like us, like in our heads, that, you know, things is possible, that you can do more than you were programmed to do. And it's just an option to be able to, you know, defend yourself and just like make sure that you taken care of, like your well-being is supported and you're not really dependent on nobody else. So that's all I really want to say. Like, I think it's beautiful. And I think that that's something that should continue. And it really kind of almost make you wonder, like, why hasn't it been done already? Even like the whole Black Wall Street experience, just like, you know, how long ago was that? You kind of have to get out of a state of feeling fearful and feeling like, you know, these things happen, they took stuff from us. And I feel like it kind of puts people in a place where you feel like you don't want to do that out of fear of it might be destroyed again. All your hard work, all your efforts might be just burnt down to the ground again. And, you know, that's like, we resilient people, you know, like stuff is going to happen. Life is going to happen to everybody. But for us, especially, we've been through a lot and we've always found a way to come out and, you know, bounce back and make something new. So I just think that idea, it might be starting something. You know, we don't know how the next generation is looking at it, perceiving the world. Like, we from an era where we know where it's like, there's no internet, and now that's like everything. So for them coming into this and seeing somebody that looks like them have that type of power and that type of belief and confidence, there's no telling, you know, what that actually would make on them as far as like an impression of how they see the world.
All right. Yes, indeed. Brother Edward.
Yeah, so in regards to that entire movement, right, just directly speaking to that, as far as controlling and owning our own gold and our own future, what I'm drawing from that is that we want to essentially control our destiny, control our economics, control our community, right? And that's a perfect baseline for us to build off of, right? But I think it also still goes back to what I was saying on educating ourselves with understanding the playing field that we're in today, right? As well as gold will always hold its value, right? The economic playing field that we're in today is a little different than before, right? How money moves and how communities are built and how we implement resources into the community for a better output, they're a little bit more complex than they were before, right? So just educating ourselves on how we can, taking that idea of gold, i.e. economic resource, and being able to control that ourselves and being able to plant, grow, and sustain that ourselves for our future generations. I think that's a beautiful understanding and a beautiful start to implant, like Brother Wayne said, to implant that seed into the mind of the future generations, right? So I think they're right on the money, right? Just being able to expound on that thought of gold, right? But just bringing it to the current times and how our future is shaping out and how we can stay abreast, right? So the last thing we want to do is bring a knife to a gunfight, right? So we just want to make sure that we're properly equipped to deal with these type of things, right? So education and continuing with that plight, I think, is the best.
All right. Brother Austin.
I think brother is he may be the dream of Fred Hampton. And I wonder if that's why you're tying all these subjects in, Doc, with Fred Hampton and you know, Captain Ibrahim. I'm wondering, is that why you tying this all together? Because even though it's across seas and it crosses, you know, the barrier of time by so much time, I think that's exactly maybe what the Black Panther Party was trying to do over here in America. But Captain Ibrahim may have took a few pages, not only out of Thomas Sankar's book, but he may have took a few pages out of Black Panther's book as well. And he was able to manifest, as my brother Black was saying, he was able to manifest the destiny of his own people within himself and take up arms, physical arms, mental arms, and spiritual arms, because whether you're going to battle on a battlefield, you still have to be protected in other ways. So my hat goes off to the brother, and I salute him, original salute. And yeah, we need to not mimic, but we need to take a few pages out of the brother's book and realize. I was thinking about something as well as somebody was talking, and I was like, gold. Isn't gold one of the highest conductors of energy that we have on the planet Earth? And outside of it being one of the richest minerals on Earth, besides diamonds and platinum and things like that, gold is one of the highest conductors of energy on Earth. And I think that in itself is a statement to say that the brother is, taking back the gold, from the British and from whoever hands it was in, because as I said last week, we are the gods of this planet Earth. Whether we want to take up the accountability or the responsibility for it, this is our Earth. And why wouldn't we control the highest conductor of energy on this Earth in a small country as Burkina Faso or wherever else? Are we the conductors of our own energy? It had me thinking on the spiritual sense with gold, but also I think brother is a dream of Fred Hampton. And I wonder, is that why you're tying all these subjects in together, Doc? Just thinking.
Well, for me, you know how we do. It's like, again, not just the dream of Fred Hampton, but the dream of Thomas Sankara. You threw it on out there. But then also, you all are the manifestations of it also. Same way, the same thing. Fred in his 20s. And then you look at Captain Ibrahim. Again, we look at that. So we see Black men who are taking leadership roles. And so that's what I just throw it on out there. So that's what it's about. And I'm just going to say this right now. Not that I had said this, not that I want to say this, but Julius Hall want to say that. And it also goes to show how you ain't got to go to FAMU to have to be able to be no leader. Just let you know that, because even though you was up there, that's right, Savannah said you was up there at FAM, you was up there. Why you doing like that, Ed? Why you doing like that?
I'm a rattler as well.
Oh my God, are you really? Oh my God. Oh, Michael, it's Michael Rakim time right now. So too late. We got to meet you. Michael, what's your thoughts on that? I was at Julius Hall. The producer told me to do that, not me. Julius Hall, the producer, told me to do that. But again, Mike, it's your time. So Ed, I guess you can't talk right now. Strike, you can't strike again.
Yeah. So the topic that you brought up about the gold refinery and all that, I'm not very well versed on that, but like Wayne was saying earlier, just taking into account of what we're capable of, I believe it's a reason right now why our spirits are being called to, why our calling is just getting a lot more stronger. And it's a reason why, from any face of oppression, that oppression is marketed to us, because they know, in fact, who we are. So just answering that call and being grounded enough to be able to connect and to communicate with that source of energy, that deity, whatever you believe in, so that we can fulfill our purpose, I think is the goal. I appreciate the information that y'all are bringing forth, because it's things that I want to read up on and be well informed like y'all are. So that's my thought.
And I think one of the things that was said, and I'll say to anyone in the audience who's looking at the show and checking out the show, we said everyone share, that come down to it, the comment say conductors, so it's a goal is a conductor, but guess what? We're looking at conductors right now. You all are conductors of our communities, of the greatness of our communities. We are the conductors of our ancestors. We are the conductors of our people. We are the conductors, and we keep that going on. So with that, we see those lines. We see those lines constantly following, those lines constantly being held up high. Even though, and going to what you said, Brother Rakim, that oppression got to make sure you don't think that you can do anything. Oppression got to be in your head to make you think that you can achieve. Oppression got to be and say that you got to be lucky. The oppression tells you that you got to be an imposter for you to even be right there. When some of them are the imposters. The same people that you hold as a stand, that they are the imposters, when in fact you are deserving to be there because you are the stuff of your ancestors. And people on this planet, no people on this planet experience what African people experience. and survived it like that. Others no longer here, as I tell people. But guess what? You all are here. You all are conductors of that. You're conductors of that truth, conductors of that light. And so how do you see yourself being a conductor? That's what I'm throwing out there to you. So start with Brother Rakim. How do you see yourself being a conductor?
That's a man. I guess to reiterate, calling, responding to that calling. I come from a Christian background, and while I don't question my faith at the age that I am and the stage I am in life right now, I pull from that what resonates, and I pray for better understanding and direction I just pray for understanding as I try to I'm losing my thought on that. I think that the way that I can be a conductor is no matter what I'm sorting out spiritually in my faith, I'm losing it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm losing my thought.
All right, Brother Austin Malik. Because again, I was going to say it another way, but I thought that when you said conductor, I thought that was an eloquent and wonderful way with regards to how can you see yourself being a conductor?
Of course, I could take the time, to speak about myself. All of you brothers on this call have been a conductor for me. I'm speaking on about outside his head, but I was just because that brother Michael Rakim taught me a lot about myself. Taught me how to love myself. Then taught me how to love me. Some of the did for me, my own blood, brother, and family hasn't done for me. So that brother has been a conductor for me. And same thing go with the brother Ed. Same thing go with this brother Indy Wayne. Same thing go with this brother Black. And same thing goes with you, brother Jamal, who I don't say this a lot, but you are a father figure for me, brother Jamal. And I know that you know that. So of course I want to take the time to say that I'm a conductor, but I'm gonna just utilize this time to be a conductor and let all of y'all know on this call that y'all have been a conductor for me, even right now in the modern time. Most of y'all, I just told y'all about this 4 this morning, and I'm so sorry for that. But y'all brothers have always been conductors for me, and of course I could take this time to talk about me, but I just wanted to let y'all know that. Thank y'all for everything that y'all ever done for me.
So Austin Malik, you ain't had to bring Ed up because you see he came on here trying to wear that old, that FAMU color. See, they look at him, but I'm just gonna let you know we just letting him slide right now. We're gonna let him slide.
Brother Ed.
I just gotta start this by saying back-to-back national champions, as well as 2-0 to start this season. I'm sorry that we're offensive when we're loud in our orange and our green. It's so offensive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're conductors of issues, I guess. I'm just but I just want to say, Brother Austin is a blessing, man. We've been knowing each other since before we both had chin hair, before we both had bass in our voice. So, right, as far as I think the main thing, right, one thing I heard is, one thing I've been taking in is, as a man, you're a man before you're anything, right? As a woman, you're a woman before anything, right? So I think the greatest way that we can be conductors, right, is by being the best version of ourselves in regards to pushing forward the best community of ourselves, right? So if I'm the best version of myself, Austin the best version, my mother is the best version, my little sister is the best version, my wife is the best version. We just got, right? It's just the community of everybody striving to be great, everybody striving to get to the next level. So I think that keeping that in mind as a conductor, whether it's myself or whether it's each one of us speaking or whether it's someone listening or just trying to understand how they can apply this to themselves, right? Being the best version of yourself first, I think that would be, right? As a conductor, that's where I kind of, what I take from that, right?
Excellent, brother. Excellent. I now have to hand to our producer who betrays us because he likes to go to FAMU games because of his wife. and stuff like that. So I had to have him a green soda. All right. But yes, Brother Black as a conductor.
So as a conductor of life, brothers, we have to learn from each other. We have to study each other. That goes back to what Austin was speaking on. And all I've been doing for the last, ever since I had a transition in my life that I felt like I had to add some actual intermediate power to fight the wilderness of oppression and all that other stuff, to bring myself back to where I am today. Give me 5 seconds, y'all. My phone won't stay still. All right, there we go. I've been writing and recording everything from podcasts to documentaries. And it's basically like, we must remember who we are. And that's an overstatement. Like he was saying, you are your mother is the way you just said that was exactly what I've been saying to a lot of people. You are your parents. You are the greatest version of them. And they keep repeating in the African concept of life and death. There is no death. You have to come back to this realm like 8 times with 12 principles to be learned. And you will come back as the best version of whoever needs to come back as. And speaking back to the brother that the doctor that brought me to this stream, you only gonna be able to be as good. I lost a beautiful thought. I'm gonna bring it right back real quick. You only as good as your ancestors. But we have to stop thinking that the only ones that we call upon are the ones that we've never seen. Your grandmother's your ancestor. You're breathing elders right now. Why you think that your knowledge be superseding your age and understanding? My grandmother raised me to live at any time. And when I mean any time, we could go back in time. We could live right now. Some days I'll be wanting to live in the age, but we living in it right now because nothing is new under the sun. It's 68 right now. I can tell you that right now. I've seen a lot of things that if the eyes could talk, the things that they would say for real. You know, and that's something that I share with everybody. It's like we so connected on the interlinking that everything that I'm saying right now, all us being instruments, is in tune to everything that all of y'all been saying. And I'm my own individual automaton. That's James Brown right there. Everything in the damn band was a drum. The horn was a drum. The guitar was a drum. That's how we gotta be. I wish I could put a interlinking on how he thought on that. It's like everything is in perfect unison, but everything is everything. It's this Fibonacci sequence. The all is all. Like what the Muslim brothers believe in is in correlation to what the Hebrew Israelites believe in, to what the Christians believe in. Going back to the brother in the corner, what he said, my grandmother was an evangelist. That all that means is she can cast evil out of you with her hands. That's African. And it took me to be this age right now to realize it's simplistic how I can acknowledge how African that is right now at 27. But when you a child, you can't even conceive that. I wouldn't even bat an eye at it. That's called I didn't free my mind to be able to learn. But with power come responsibility. And that go back to love. Love is the greatest power in this universe for real. So to be a conductor of life, we're gonna have to have some love. We're gonna have to study each other. We're gonna have to know ourselves to know that we are who is in front of us.
All right, excellent. Like some people used to say that they can pull the fire out of you also. You got burned, and the people in pool can pull the fire out of you. And so, Brother Wayne, we're talking about conductors, and so we throw it to you right now.
I'm gonna speak on this lightly. I'm gonna step off. I'm gonna listen in, but I gotta step off the call. But I want to say just by just giving each other our flowers. One thing I had to realize the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine. Is like, you'll be working so hard to develop yourself and to better yourself throughout your life, especially as men, and we don't necessarily get to, I guess, see ourselves. We get to see through our eyes and as our perspectives, but we never see ourselves and see like that we are overcoming things. We are doing stuff that our past ancestors or family members or, you know what I'm saying, loved ones, either they didn't do, they couldn't do, or they didn't get the opportunity to do. So for us to be able to have, you know, a brotherhood, to be able to show each other, you know, that we see each other, it's almost a way to allow us to recharge and keep going and know, like, you know, I am making headway, I am getting somewhere. And that actually, that is like a conductor, like that's like transferring energy. Even though you was generating energy to do what you were doing on your own, it kind of like boosts it amplifies it, because you see that I'm doing something enough for somebody else to see that, you know, I'm making a difference. And who else can do that, you know, better than each other? Like, you know, our brothers, we hold each other accountable. We, you know, give each other our praise, give each other our credit. And yeah, that's conducting, as simple as I could put it.
And I'll add on to that. We may need to do some, I will say, some soul teleporting. And that's building off what you shared, Wayne. I would say soul teleporting or astral body traveling. And so that way we need to come out ourselves, and then for us to sit there as that soul or as that spirit and watch and see you. And then realize, and so now, because it's the soul, it's the spirit, not taking it that you have achieved, you have accomplished that. Because again, when we look at it, we might see ourselves in the mirror, but we don't see through the eyes of somebody else. And so now, when you not get away from your physical and see all that you do, now your soul and your spirit start saying, wow, you have had an impact here. You have done something. And then so now you go back into it. You understand, you're elevated. Because again, and then not tied to the ego, but it's also that drive and that conducting force that to tell you can go further. And you have an obligation to go further. So yeah, when y'all was saying, I'm not saying, yo, that this is it right here. That's why I'm listening to you. Like, we come out ourselves and now look at what we really have done. Because somebody else will tell us, going to Brother Rakim, that again, tell us that we have not done anything. We have not achieved anything. And then going from Brother Ed saying, like, hey, I can go and let you know the greatness that I'm tied to, because I'm an embodiment of that. I'm a piece of that right there. And then just like that evangelist, it's like saying that evangelist, we evangelize for us. We evangelize for self. We evangelize for the goodness and who we are as a people. And so I'm going to say it's been an honor to have the brothers on the show, and we're going to continue engaging in conversation and building. And so go ahead, Brother Black, because I'm going to let you know. You got 30 seconds, Brother Black, because I'm the producer whose wife is tied to FAMU to try to jump on me and nothing like that. So, see that?
Hey, shout out. Hey, man. You said 30 seconds. Shout out to EWC with 3 seconds. Edward Waters College. You understand me? First black college in Florida. I don't know what they doing in Tallahassee on the hill, but that was the first college. But anyway, peace be to the earth and all the brothers that came out. One thing about it, I want people to understand, this is not an intellect off. We are not critiquing. We are not debating each other. We are building. We are a manifold. I want you to define the manifold. I want y'all to go out there and get a physical dictionary and thesauruses. I want you to get those boards. We are all teachers. All right. A man must learn. He must understand. He will master. Then he will rule. That's it. You learn, you understand, you master, and you will rule. Get what God has given to you back. Stop nurturing your lower self. Get back to your higher self and claim everything that's in your life that belong to you. These animals that I got in this house, your woman, your children. Command this life. All right, now, I love y'all.
I am frozen. I was frozen. So I'm going to let you know, let everybody know, when it comes, I said, this is Tiger territory. I say, ain't Golden Tigers, Maroon Tigers, Benedict Tigers, or Edward Waters Tigers. Understand?
Oh yeah!
FAMU actually was the state normal school for colored people, so that does sound a little bit of original.
Boy, them boys just got a field, man. Them boys just got a field. They coming, man. Shout out to them boys.
Devin Todd from Savannah. Devin Todd, number 4, receiver for Edward Waters. That's one reason why I'm glad you even going to do that right now. Devin Todd, receiver. You know, from Savannah, Windsor Forest High School, our people. So again, we just gonna throw that out there. But we're glad to have you brothers on here, and that's what it's about. We built it, and can we go on elevating our communities? September 9th, 1739 comes into play with some of y'all talking about when y'all talk about the drum. September 9th, 1739, the Stonewall March for Freedom. And the drum is important to that, and it transformed what we see in this society right here today. So this is Ron Tell That with Brother Michael Rakim, Brother Austin Malik X, Brother Edward Whitfield Jr., and Brother Black. And we have Brother Wayne on us with it. And so again, he got the I got the uncle in the ring. What?
Why he got to be like that? He typical EWC. EWU, excuse me, EWU.
All right.
I can't get to the outro because of this foolishness with him. Oh my God. I'm like, what the world? This